All right. So hi, everyone. Welcome to the VanHackathon 4.0. We are about to start the VanHackathon in about an hour. So we're going to have all the challenges open for everyone to see then. But right now we're going to have an opening hangout where companies will share a little bit about themselves, about the challenges, about the skills they're looking for, people they're looking to hire. And then we'll also have time for your questions. And then once this hackathon is over, we're going to start officially. The challenges will be open for everyone to see and start working. So before we get into it, I just want to say that there's 6 challenges this year from 6 companies. For those of you who might have been at previous VanHackathons, you might remember that we had a lot more challenges from a lot more companies. This year, we decided to keep it more quality over quantity. We wanted to have more focused time for companies or for VanHackers to really focus on good quality companies, and we've really selected some great ones for you guys this time around. So that's one thing that's different. Another thing that's different is we're starting on a Wednesday instead of a Friday, so we have a little bit more time. We did this because we thought the weekend was a little bit too rushed. You couldn't really build something exactly like you wanted, and it's also nice to have some time during the week to interact with the companies, because a lot of companies aren't working on the weekend. And then what we'll do is we'll have automatic code review of all the projects at the end, and we'll share that with all the companies and get them to select the people they want to interview and eventually hire. So our goal is to have as many people hired as possible, and more than anything, give you a chance to gain some experience, network, and hopefully take one step closer to getting your dream job abroad. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to introduce our first company, which is Pintellect, coming all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. We have Mark with us. So Mark is going to talk a little bit about Pintellect, a little bit about the challenge that they have and the role they're looking to fill. Really quickly, though, before I let Mark start, I just want to say a quick story or a quick thing that actually the CTO that's working with Mark is a VanHacker, and their first hire is also a VanHacker. So Kleber, the CTO, and Lucas is the lead Ruby developer. So Mark, I think, has a soft spot in his heart for hiring VanHackers.
We're being overrun by Brazilians.
Yeah, for sure. Well, one thing we're really, so Mark knows this in the beginning, we're really focused on Brazilians, but people from Brazil. But now we have people like Daniel from Nigeria. We had Salas get hired from Ghana. Hey, Daniel. We're really expanding all over the world, and Edwin as well. People from India, from Pakistan, from all over the world. I think Omar, if you're here, from Cuba, etc. So it's something we're really proud of. Anyway, Mark, great to have you here. Please tell us all about Pintellect, your VanHackathon challenge, and who you want to hire.
Awesome. Well, hey, everyone around the world. This is really amazing. And as a friend of Ilya, it's been really cool to see this company grow, and they have an amazing reputation here in Vancouver. So it's a real honor and privilege to be able to be connected with everyone here. I want to make a couple of apologies up front. First, you might hear a bit of background noise. There's a foosball table about 30 feet away from me. So there's a big game going on. And also, as you'll find out, I'm not the technical expert and technical lead within our company. So I will do my best. Kleber, who is on Slack right now, so any technical questions I'm going to be sending via Slack to Kleber, and so we'll hopefully answer for you. Ilya, do you have the GitHub link to the hackathon challenge?
So I'm not going to share those right now because there's some companies that haven't shared, and I want to share all of them with everyone at the same time, just for fairness. So if you could just talk about it a little bit, and then also talk about the position, please.
Perfect. And what timing should I keep this to?
5-10 minutes, okay. not too long. And I know Benoit, you're here as well. So Benoit, you'll go next. And I believe there's just the 2 companies that are on. I'm not sure if Riley and Olga are here as well. Let me know. And the other companies I don't think are online. Anyway, let's keep going.
Cool. So I will try and make this brief. We started Pintellect about a year and a half ago. It was from experiences that I had while working at Coca-Cola, where, we're in a department that shared a lot of articles, that shared a lot of PDFs, and we depended on our collaborative ability to stay on top of news and information. And we had a lot of challenges doing it. And so Pintellect came out of that need. And in a very basic way, what it does is it integrates on Slack for the current version. It captures and archives any articles or PDFs that are shared on Slack. It scrapes the content. So we built a scraping mechanism where you can have kind of a read-only view of the information that's shared. And then it allows your team to make highlights and annotations on the material. So if, for example, within a team, you want to share an article, you have the ability to share the article, but make highlights within that article. You can name mention your peers and create a conversation. You get notifications via Slack that drive you back to that post. And so it's an engagement tool. It's also a research tool. We've applied the same principles as Pinterest. So you can create within the work that you do, pin boards that link to, marketing or client specific things. So as you come across highlights in articles and reports, you can pin that to different themed boards to keep yourself organized in the work that you do. We've had a lot of really cool interest from big professional services and financial services companies because we've evolved with a machine learning and deep learning dimension to Pintellect. So we're in the natural language processing field as well as attention neural net work. We have a partnership with Mila, which is the Montreal-based, University of Montreal-based machine learning and artificial intelligence organization. So we're doing work with them to bring kind of the leading edge research in AI to Pintellect to provide features like preemptively highlighting content. And so it's the hyper curation of information. So the thing we need to improve is our work with PDFs. And so you can imagine a lot of these companies have terabytes worth of research on PDFs. And so what we want to do is build a front-end experience that will enable, with integrations on SharePoint, for example, where they typically house a lot of the reports. We want to build the ability to bring those PDFs into Pintellect to allow teams to make highlights and annotations on those reports and then leverage Slack for collaboration purposes. And this will lead to further, more complex applications within machine learning and AI. But for this instance, we're really focused on how, as a team, can you collaboratively curate information and inform each other, and how do you engage on that information and make meaningful conversations that lead to business decisions and things like that. And so you'll have access to this, to the GitHub. We made a challenge on GitHub where it provides a lot more details and screenshots and all that kind of stuff. But if it's okay, I'll just do a quick read. We're making, we built our front end entirely from scratch using React and Redux. And what we are challenging the group here is building an interface that, given a JSON, you can render a page with the ability to create highlights and annotations in a PDF. So if the JSON says it is a PDF, then proceed, or we would identify it as an HTML, in which case we would have our existing infrastructure. So you need to use React and Redux. You don't need to post anything to the back end, but it would be nice if you could mock your back end call in actions to load the JSON. So get it to, we've provided an API / post ID link, and then also to create the annotation on the back end. And so we've provided that that information on the link that you'll receive. And so I go in, the link here provides more information on the technical specifics. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So maybe, Ilya, do you want me to go in kind of greater detail technically, or open it up for questions, or what do you feel is best here?
Yeah, so that's a really great introduction, and I was just scrolling through the videos of everyone paying attention, and it's very cool to see people scratching their heads, thinking how they can actually do this. Let's save the questions for the end.
Sure.
I want to give a chance. I know Ingrid and Benoit are here from GSL, and I want to give them a chance to kind of share about their company, their challenge, and then you know, I know both of you guys are busy and have other things. So if you want to stick around, questions would be great. Maybe after that. So yeah, thanks so much, Mark. And of course, again, guys, the challenge will be available at the end of this webinar, along with all the other challenges. And for the companies that aren't here, I will also spend some time talking about them. Just because here in Europe it's midnight, and two of the companies are from Europe, so they're sleeping, and then a couple other companies it's a little bit late as well on the East Coast. Anyway, Ingrid, Benoit, hello. Can you guys hear us? Can you see us?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, great to have you both here. And just to do a quick intro, they have also hired a VanHacker. So Vinicius is working on the team remotely as a senior Python engineer. And they have the hockey game challenge that they'll be sharing with you guys. So please take it away.
Awesome. So I'll just start by telling you guys a little bit just about the company and GSL Group as a whole. So GSL Group has been around for almost 30 years. It'll be our 30-year anniversary actually next year. Started out as a real estate development company, and then through some of the property holdings that the company had, mainly arenas, started to branch out into some other areas. So the company owns a number of different sports arenas in BC, so some in Victoria, some in Kelowna, some in the Vancouver Lower Mainland. And in holding that space, our CEO started thinking, well, how can I make more money from this? Started hosting concerts and events in the arenas. So have done a number of pretty big concerts indoors, and then in the last, I guess, 5 years, have started doing outdoor concerts as well. Another thing that was done, basically, you know, to sort of make sure that we always had full arenas and had events and that kind of thing going on, we bought a hockey team. So you guys will get a sense of that when you take a look at the challenge. So we've got a WHL hockey team, which for those of you guys who are familiar with the NHL, I know it's definitely a very Canadian sport. The WHL feeds into the NHL, so it's kind of that pre-professional level. From there, we actually started our own ticketing company, so got tired of giving that revenue to Ticketmaster and said, okay, well, I guess we can just create our own. So that was kind of probably the first foray into what I'll broadly call the tech side of the company. And then I think about 15 years back, Graham, our CEO, purchased a company called Office Pools. So it's our Office Pools team, and then also partly the Select Certificates that kind of forms the basis of what I'll call our e-commerce division. Maybe I'll probably turn it over, I think, to Benoit to talk a little bit more about Office Pools, and then I'll get into our challenge.
Sure. Hey guys, so Office Pool basically has been around for more than 15 years. Some of you might be familiar.
Hey guys, Benoit, just sorry, we're getting some feedback on the audio. Are you guys connected to one computer or two computers?
Only one.
Only one. We just, yeah.
Okay. Maybe if there's headphones handy, that might be easier, just to switch those back and forth, if possible. People are saying the sound isn't so great.
Oh, okay.
It's because the air conditioning.
Oh, well, do you want to keep it short then and just give the challenge? There's no way we can fix the sound. It's from a microphone on the TV, so we just give it. That's okay? Okay. Or maybe just like speak a little bit slower and louder. That might help.
Okay. Yeah.
Get closer to the microphone. It's okay. It's fine. It's not so bad, but just some people are saying it's a little bit hard to hear. That's all.
I'm a fast talker, so I'll try to, so our challenge, basically what we're wanting to see you guys do is to create a gaming application, so something that can be played from people's mobile devices when they're in the arena. It can be anything that you guys think would be fun for the average patron to be doing while they're also taking in the game and taking in the concert. So I don't know, I know obviously hockey might not be as big where you guys are working as it is in Canada, so maybe take a look at the typical score clocks that they've got in the arenas and assume that there'll be a way to connect and interact between the mobile phone and then the big score clock. So I'm just reading from this. So ideally the game, it should allow so the hockey is, we've got 36 homes, so users is something that where they're able to build up points throughout the season to redeem for rewards. And then another key thing about the game is, you know, obviously it needs to be something that enhances the overall experience, not something that is, you know, taking people away from the hockey game or the concert itself.
Okay, very cool. And is there specific technologies that you are looking for?
So no, there's no specific technology. Everything needs to be mobile though. And there's a huge jumbotron usually in the center of the arena, which is big screens. So we want to make sure everyone use that as well. And the mobile is the controller.
Okay, very cool. Sounds exciting. Very Canadian, as yeah, I think Ash said as well. Great. Okay, so I believe these are the only two companies we have online. There might be one other one. If I see a 517 number, so there's someone from Canada as well calling in, or maybe Michigan. Actually, never mind. So I'm not sure because the companies didn't all confirm. But if there's anyone here from Skip the Dishes or from, sorry, here's the list. Yeah, I think Skip the Dishes would be the only other company in Canada right now. Okay, so I guess Ash, Riley and Olga aren't here. So I'll just quickly say the other companies' challenges and then very, very quickly, and then we can get into questions for Mark, Ingrid, and Benoit, just because we have them here, and then we can just do general questions afterwards. So there's the other four companies that are going to be participating are Skip the Dishes, which probably many of you know because we had the big webinar with them last week. They're looking for help to build the future of food delivery app, very broad, and they want to see your creativity using Java 8, React, any machine learning with Python, as well as infrastructure, DevOps with microservices, etc. There's a list of different technologies there. And so that's a very big one. They're hiring a lot of people. Another thing I should say actually before I continue, all the companies will be able to see all the challenges of all the participants. So if you do a challenge for one company, it does not necessarily mean that another company won't be able to interview you or want to ask you to join their teams. Okay, so there's Skip, and then the next company is Ascent Software. It's a software company from Malta, which is hiring a lot of VanHackers actually, and they've hired I think 9 people already, and they're looking to hire 12 more. Pretty incredible. Yeah, so they have a challenge called the Snake Game, which I won't get into, but basically it's a technical challenge that you can read. And yeah, it's a pretty cool company. They help you, of course, with visa as always, but yeah, you get to live in the Mediterranean and pay only 5% tax, which is awesome. So yeah, 5% income tax. Can't beat that. Anyway, so it's a great place. And then we have, I guess, another company that's really exciting called Home24. This is the largest furniture e-commerce company in Europe. It's based in Berlin. They're looking to add quite a number of front-end engineers or just generally engineers to their team. And they have a challenge that they've submitted. And by the way, every company will have a channel, and during the week, the companies will be active, saying hi to you guys, answering your questions in the channels. It's midnight right now, so this is why the guys from Home24 aren't here. Yeah, they're a very large company. They've also hired a VanHacker already, and yeah, they're looking for help. And last but not least, we have Q&A, which is early stage startup from Vancouver. It's the founder's name is Liviu, He is a software engineer himself, and he's also looking for help to have a couple of people join his team. And he's actually offering a cash prize for the winner of his challenge to actually buy the code from the person who wins if someone does something up to his standards, and then afterwards continue working together with him. So those are the 6 challenges. And altogether represents, actually don't know exactly how many, but dozens, if not hundreds of jobs that all these companies are looking to fill. And so let's now open questions up to Mark, Ingrid, and Benoit, since they probably have other things that they need to do in their days. So if anyone has questions, please virtually you can raise your hand in the chat, or you can just unmute yourself. But I don't want everyone to unmute themselves at once, so you can either type or just raise your hand. Let's try and keep some order. Yeah, Guilherme asked a good question. First question here. It's more about the format of the VanHackathon. So I'll answer quickly, but if we could please put direct questions to Mark, Ingrid, and Benoit. So it's, if you are selected, will the entire group have an interview? So the question, no, don't worry, Guilherme, it's okay. The question is, so the answer is no. They'll be asking individuals for interviews. Potentially they can interview the entire team, but I think it'll be more individuals, or maybe 2 or 3 people, who knows, maybe the entire team. It's really up to the company. There's no rule there, actually. That's probably the better way to say. It's up to the company who they interview. Okay, how much time? Yeah, okay, here's the question. Mark, Diego's asking about UI, UX possibilities for your challenge.
Just unmuting there. Can you clarify, Diego, what you mean exactly in terms of like what are you asking? Like, would you need to do the design?
Hello. Actually, I was asking about how do you do in the company today? How is the UI and UX process if you have so many possibilities to read the PDF and read all the scenarios?
Oh, of scraping a PDF or just displaying it?
How the user can interact in so many scenarios, in a website, in a PDF. How do you do with that? It is scalable, it's a design thinking process, it's lean UX. So how the company deals with that?
Yeah, so maybe I'll walk you through one use case. So we have a browser extension. And so if, for example, you open a PDF in SharePoint, or you're on a TechCrunch article or something, and you decide, hey, I want this and archive, the Chrome extension captures and scrapes the content and then opens it up in a new window, which is Pintellect. And so you're kind of in a read-only view where it's a lot cleaner, and then you can immediately, so you do the click, and then it opens up in Pintellect, and then you can immediately apply highlights and annotations, and then it saves in kind of a we kind of compare the UX and UI to Facebook and Medium.com for the simplicity and familiarity. It's meant to be very clean and simple, and so yeah. And then in terms of you make the highlight. If you want to add a note or an annotation, as soon as you type the @ sign, your Slack integration pops up. So all the Slack names come up, and then you would select a Slack user that you want to mention. And then any message that you write in that annotation is automatically sent in Slack as if it's a direct message. So if I wanted to share an article and put an annotation on a sentence and said @Ilya, here's a great point for our presentation, and hit enter, then Ilya would get a direct message from me in Slack. And then it would say that message, and then it would provide the link that takes him right to the spot in the article that I shared or that I annotated. Does that help answer your question?
Yeah, just perfect. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for the question.
Guilherme asked a good question about a Trello integration, making a card out of an annotation into Trello. Good idea.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we had a customer ask about Salesforce because, you know, for teams that are sharing industry knowledge that are linked to their clients or their customers, you know, having that ability to feed into your customer or your client profiles on Salesforce. And I mean, of course, it's great. Yeah, you know, I think there's a ton of opportunities here for integrations. So, you know, I love that you're thinking that already in terms of how to create the best user experience. And we're not going to get into the AI side of it, but the AI side is really cool, especially working with Mila in Montreal. I mean, we're on the leading edge attention neural net and natural language processing stuff in terms of the capabilities of that. And so, you know, hopefully we'll have a chance to talk more about that.
Very cool. And Mark will also be in the Slack group from time to time.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Igor asked a question for GSL. He's trying to understand the gist of the challenge. Could you guys maybe explain a little bit more? Yeah, just maybe try and explain it, and I can also try and kind of say what I thought about it too.
Okay, cool. So basically what we're looking for, and we've left it very open with intentionally because we want you guys to use your creativity around gaming as much as possible. So if you guys imagine as a patron attending a sports event, you walk into the arena, you walk into the stadium, we're looking for a mobile app that basically allows that fan to more effectively engage with the game that's going on, or possibly even with concert that's going on. So something that doesn't necessarily, you know, they're not going to be staring at their phones and just playing a game that is separate from the actual match that's happening, but something that allows the fan to integrate and to interact with the event that is happening. So that could be, it could be a way for them to compete with other fans that are in the arena. It could be a knowledge test around sort of the sport itself, and they earn points that way. It should definitely be something that allows for interaction with the big score clocks. So, you know, a thing that is generally a deal to fans here in Vancouver is people love to see themselves up on the score clock. So something that allows that mobile app game to interact with that on the big screen, basically. Is that?
Yeah, this makes sense.
Very cool. Yeah, I think I see some comments here in the chat. People are saying that it's more clear. Bet 365 with geolocation. So I'm not sure what Bet 365 is, but maybe something like that. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, Ingrid and Benoit are also in the Slack group, and they can ask more. But Robson said it's very clear now, so great.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. All right, guys. Any other questions? Great challenge idea. Nice. Marcelo's asking. Oh, yeah. You want to say something else?
I was just going to add for everyone, there's actually, if you go to our website, which is gslholdings.com, there's photos of all the arenas on there, so you can kind of get an idea of what they look like, sort of, you know, high level what that technology is. And then for anyone who's not familiar with hockey, there's some photos of that as well.
Cool. I'm trying to find here the link for maybe the arenas. Would it be under real estate?
No, it's under.
Oh, multipurpose arenas. Is that it?
Yeah. So multipurpose arenas are the two largest ones, and so those will be the ones generally where we have the concerts. That's where we've actually got hockey teams that play in both of those arenas.
Wow. You guys not only own the hockey team, but you also own the arena where it's played, and the ticketing company that sells the tickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the food and beverage company.
And everything,
yeah. Wow, like, very cool.
Yeah.
How
very
about
cool.
the games?
Sorry, Ash, what was that?
Is it a requirement to play hockey to join the company?
Nope. I certainly don't.
Me neither. No.
Benoit's starting.
Trying to.
Very cool. Yeah, GSL is actually one of British Columbia's largest privately owned companies, if I remember correctly. And so there's a lot of opportunities to join and grow within the company, work on different projects across the different organizations, or not organizations, but I guess areas that they work in. So yeah, it's very, very exciting. And like we said, Vinicius has already started. I think it's been his first week or so. And yeah, so it's hopefully, we'll have some more team members to help him out and grow everything there. Okay, great. Question for GSL, another one. Trivia game would be an example of interaction within the arena. So I think, yeah, that sounds like a...
Yes, yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Cool.
It's more
cool,
like than Bet365 with the geolocalization. Bet365 is betting platform with money, which is not really where we want to go.
It's also one thing I guess to note about it is, obviously we've got lots of hardcore, die-hard hockey fans already attending. This mobile app game, whatever it's going to be, we're thinking is more for people who maybe don't know as much about the sport. So it's a way to get them more engaged and just get them to sort of enhance the overall experience of attending a game if they're not that hardcore fan.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. So yeah.
Hockey focused, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Very cool. Exciting. All right. Yeah. It's I remember seeing that one app where it's like the fist bump app, where like you can fist bump a hockey player and they can kind of fist bump you back during the game just through the app. I don't know. I saw that a while ago. It seemed pretty cool. Like your favorite player giving you a fist bump would be a nice experience at the game. Yeah, that already exists, guys. So I don't think you should build that. But anyway, cool. All right. Well, any other questions? And let me read here through everything. Another question for Mark. If I get you correctly, we're limiting our challenge to user experience of annotating PDF documents opened on a web browser, or is our task to include the entire workflow of annotating and sending annotations to Slack? That was from Daniel.
Yeah, so really not have anything to do with the UX UI, just about the opening of the PDF and the making highlights and annotations and capturing those.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very cool. And another thing, just quickly on Mark's challenge, right now you're looking for a remote React Redux engineer to join the team.
That's right. Yeah, we're in an exciting spot where we have customer commitments and they're ready to pay for it, and we just need to build it to their specs. So we need a lot of help, and so I think we see this as an opportunity to find somebody kind of excels at putting this solution together. I think I saw another question about the framework on what do we currently use for the framework for PDF, and we don't have. We had a very basic proof of concept, but we are looking to build this based from scratch at this point. So this is the work that we are looking to do with VanHackers and why we're here.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, I think Mark's already hired too. I think we can go for number 3 after the VanHackathon. So that's right. Awesome. All right. Another question here for you, Mark. Is there any AI or going to be? Yeah. Julian asked, is the task of the AI only working on the NPL, making abstract of the articles? I think he means like. Yeah. Do you know what he's trying to say?
Yeah, natural language processing. Yeah, nothing to do with this. That's anything AI related or NLP related is kind of a different beast that we won't address in this. Mm-hmm, so we'll certainly lead to it, but not in this challenge.
Yeah. I think in the 5 days this is definitely not enough. And yeah, you don't need to do so much work. You just do the best you can for this challenge. Don't spend so many hours. Of course, do a good job, but I think building a whole AI in 5 days is 4 days.
Yeah,
a little much.
Yeah. However, if you can, then let me know.
Then you're hired.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, great. And if I missed any questions, just let's connect on Slack there.
Yeah, and just to confirm, everyone, just a general thing. Every company has their own channel, which I will be sharing right after this webinar. So you can just join that channel, and in that channel, you can be interacting about the specific challenge of the company and ask questions to their team members, and that way we can kind of keep the conversation separate for all the companies. Okay, another question for GSL. Would be nice kind of gamification to do with rewards, interactions, possible vouchers, and real gifts. So I think that's more just an idea than anything that Najib has, like a gamification that then gives people rewards in real life in the studio or in the stadium. So cool idea, Najib. Yeah. Do you sell tickets to do sell the tickets and do a number of things in the app? We are free to add more functions to the user. For example, selling T-shirts or subscriptions to magazines. So maybe in the app, people can subscribe to a magazine or buy a T-shirt within the app. Something like, in-app purchases, maybe, I think is the idea or question that Guilherme has. So,
yes, definitely. We want to keep the topic very, very vague as well, just to see the creativity. So just keep it fun, because we're in the entertainment business, so we want our users to have fun as well.
Great point. Yeah. When you're going to a hockey game, you want to enjoy yourself, have fun. Yeah, cool. Yeah, and for everyone who's in Brazil, because I know a lot of people are from, just imagine it being a soccer game or a football game.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be for the hackathon. Doesn't necessarily have to be hockey related. It could be soccer related. That's fine.
Just fun.
Yeah, just fun. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, well, I guess we can kind of stop here with the companies. Let Ingrid, Benoit, and Mark get back to work, and I'll stick around for the next 20 minutes, as well as we have some great VanHack team members online who will answer questions about the hackathon for the next 20 minutes, and then after the hackathon right away, I will open the challenges up, and you guys can see them, and I'll stick around for a few minutes there to answer questions. But yeah. Benoit, Ingrid, Mark, thanks so much for being here, sharing more information about your challenges, and I'm sure you're going to get a lot of excited people with some great submissions, and hopefully more people to join the teams.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Thanks so much. Have a great day, everyone.
Cool. All right. It's really great having all the companies here. I guess we have two. I wish we had more, but really the time zones are not so favorable with the global kind of way that we're working. All right, so I guess we have 20 more minutes, guys. Any questions, comments, concerns? One thing I will say is we do have kind of two VanHack evangelists that are helping us out during the hackathon, Cristiano and Paulo. You probably have seen them in the Slack group already, welcoming everyone, answering your questions. I know Paulo had to go help his wife with something, but I'm pretty sure Cristiano's here. So maybe Cristiano, you just want to say hi to everyone and kind of get people to know who you are and kind of how you can help.
Hi guys, good evening for everyone. You've been seeing me in the Slack pretty active. So yeah, I am Brazilian and I'm here to help you out. Okay, so. Thank you guys, thank you. So send me a DM or whatever you need and I will try my best to help you out, okay?
Not too many. He needs to sleep tonight.
Yeah, I need to sleep and still working, man. By the way, guys, don't forget to have fun and meet good people, okay, guys? Have fun.
Cool, thanks so much, Chris. All right, so all right, any other questions? No, Leonardo, Cristiano was actually a team member. He's part of our team. He's an employee. Yeah. So it's actually a really cool story. And actually many of our team members of VanHack actually are VanHackers. We like to hire, VanHackers because of course that's the whole goal of VanHackers, helping VanHackers get hired. So, why don't we hire these amazing people? About half or maybe even more people who are on the VanHack team or have joined the VanHack team through the years are VanHackers. Leonardo, well, maybe in the future, you never know. There's a lot of time. Van Hire, yeah, that might be the next thing. So VanHackathon deadline. The VanHackathon deadline is Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Brazil time. So yeah, Sunday night. And then we will have basically the next few days we'll be using a tool to analyze the repositories. So make sure everyone, very important, make sure that you at the end of the VanHackathon share have your project, like the result of what you do, on GitHub and open source on GitHub publicly. So then I will fork it into the VanHack organization, and then we can analyze it using the Codacy tool. Cool. And you can start in 18 minutes. So starting soon. You'll see all the challenges. You can get things rolling. And I know we only had the 2 companies here with us tonight, but there are 4 more companies that are hiring a lot. 17 minutes. Yeah, I didn't do the math right. Anyway, see, that's why I'm not a developer. So yeah, Ash, thanks.
No, I was just going to do a countdown, Ilya. Sorry.
It's all good. No, it's funny. So yeah, Ash, we should say, so everyone, you should meet Ash. Ash is our head of growth in Canada. He's right now in Vancouver, but he's going to Ottawa, then he's going to Toronto, and traveling the country looking for companies that are going to hire Van Hackers. So if you want to get hired in Canada, I have one big tip for you. Become Ash's best friend. So he sends your resume to all the companies that we talk to.
No, just do well in the hackathon. And actually, I'm not the only person from the team here. I can see that Fred is also here, the original Van Hacker.
Number 1.
Yeah, Van Hacker number 1, Fred.
Yeah, Van Hacker is 0 because in programming you start is the first one is 0, right? They're the foundation.
Van Hacker number 0. But yeah, I just want to say good luck to everyone. Like, really, I'm very excited. It's my first time for the VanHackathon to see what you guys produce. And I just wanted to add, there were some questions about UI UX. It doesn't matter what you do. If you can come up with a solution for them, do mock-ups. If you're a DevOps guy, think of a DevOps environment you'd like to create for the company in order to improve their systems, whatever. Yeah, just it's an opportunity to showcase and practice your skills, because we will look at the results, and maybe we might even show some of our other future partners, hiring companies, what you've done.
Yeah, definitely. There's a really great story of Andre Souza, who's now working at Macho Bear in Vancouver, who used his VanHackathon challenge to during a job interview, and then they saw that even though he didn't have Canadian experience, he had worked on a project for a Canadian company, and they liked that project, and then decided, not just based on that, but that was one of the factors that led to him getting hired as a front-end developer there. So of course, what people often ask me, what are the chances of getting hired during the VanHackathon? I have no idea. They're definitely not 100%. So that sometimes people don't get hired. It's part of the process. This is a chance for you to connect with companies, meet them, talk to them, and maybe just do something that will then impress someone else in the future. But then at the same time, we have companies like Ascent, like Scripted Dishes, GSL Group as well, that are hiring many Van Hackers, or hiring many people, and hopefully many Van Hackers there as well. So yeah, this is definitely a really exciting opportunity. Much better. Our goal for this event is having much better than just sending a resume. They actually can see what you do, and they can actually talk to you and connect with you, and vice versa. Also, Home24, I should say, as well, is hiring a lot. Pintellect is, I think, hiring only for 1 or 2 positions, and Q&A is hiring just for kind of one person or 2 people that might be joining, so they're a little bit smaller. But doesn't mean that if you do projects for them, other companies won't see, your work. Cool. Yaduraj. Hey, Yaduraj. See you here. How are you going to evaluate overall team performance, good communication or not? That's something that I don't think they'll be able to evaluate really. It's more seeing how you communicate in the channels, the public channels of the different companies. So of course, I'm guessing you guys all have team channels. Most of those are probably private, or companies won't be joining those channels. But what will happen is if you interact well in their company channels, they'll be able to see that. They'll be see you asking good questions. You're doing things that are in the right way, that really stands out. So I'm going to share, or you can actually even just search in the channels the name of the companies. I think I shared the name of the companies already. I'll
Thanks.
just do that
That's what.
again.
That's,
oh, hello. Someone was talking.
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Daraj, we can hear you. What's up?
Yeah. So yeah, you exactly said the same thing which I didn't even ask about the private channels, because teams have created their own private channel and they're communicating in that private channel. So do we need to invite companies to that channel, or we need to create
No.
a public channel,
No,
or we need
no.
to
So
go to the company's channel?
yeah, so there's the kind of two ways or two things. So there's your channel where you're talking with your team. That's just your team. Don't worry about it. Focus on your team and have your team communication. And then there's also the channel and the company channel. There is more where you interact with the company, ask them questions, if anything that they need or you need from them, ask them there. But sorry, just Yaduraj.
That's funny. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So those are, just keep those communications separate, because then like if all the teams that are working on one specific challenge would be talking in the same channel, it would get crazy. So keep your team conversation in your team channel, and the company conversation or conversation you would like to ask to the company in the company channel. Please don't send them direct messages, because I think that they'll just get too many, and that might be a little bit too much. So if you keep it in their company channel, that'd be easier for them to keep everything in one place. Cool.
Thanks.
Thanks, Yadrash. Thank you, and good luck on your interview. I saw you booked an interview today, so congrats and good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem. That allowed me to kind of quickly say here, Yadraj is one of our VanHack Premium members, one of our most committed ones, because he stays up till 5 a.m. for VanHack interview practice. I don't know how he sleeps. And for all of you from Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, India, Nigeria, all the other countries that are like up late right now, really my hat is off to you guys. We will definitely have a VanHack interview practice teacher in this kind of European, African, Asian time zone. So that's coming soon. We're just looking to hire someone. Anyway, so he is a VanHack Premium member, and VanHack Premium is having our Black Friday sale right now. So for you, all those who don't know, please mute. VanHack Premium is now only $45 for a month and $200 for 6 months. That gets you 32 hours of English practice with a native professor. One of those is our man Ash. And you will be able to improve your English quickly, 100% focused on conversation for job interviews, as well as helping you welcome, I guess, who's there? Who said, sorry, Robson. Yeah, of course, Robson, we've been talking a lot. No, it's 45 for every single month and 200 per 6 months for every single 6 month chunk. So it goes until you cancel. You can cancel the first month. You can cancel, the goal is you cancel once you get hired. And for 32 hours per month, so 8 hours per week. So anyway, this is a hangout about the VanHackathon, but just because we're having the VanHack Premium promotion, you guys should all know that. And welcome to all the people who joined VanHack Premium today. Yes, Raphael, yes, you can. Just DM me. And yeah, of course, I forgot to say, everyone who joins VanHack Premium gets a VanHack Premium t-shirt during Black Friday. So for those in Brazil, maybe those in South America, we have to see how shipping works. 100% cotton. I don't know. It'll be silk for you, Diego. Will be silk. Cool. All right. All right. Cool. Any other questions, guys? Any questions? There'll be division of groups for this challenge. Q&A website. Q&A doesn't have a website, so they're early stage, and they're looking to someone help them from scratch, and they'll buy the code from anyone who does a good job. It's a secret, not really. We have someone who called in from Michigan. There's someone on the phone from 517. I just want to know if that is this a VanHacker who is living in Michigan? If so, can you please unmute yourself and just say hi, because that's really cool to have someone from the United States. We're definitely looking to help people from the United States get hired abroad. So,
domingo à noite.
Raphael, if you can just mute yourself. Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, muted. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah, James, I know you're from the US. I know. You're like one of the only guys we know. Cool. Questions coming in. Tayana is asking, after the VanHackathon, do you know the results will be available? Okay, great question. So, guys, one of the challenges of the VanHackathon, and I'm going to say this up front, is it's hard to get companies to give feedback. So don't expect companies to give you feedback individually. What we'll do is we're using a tool called Codacy that is a automatic code review tool that will rank all the challenges, all the projects that we have. From there, companies will see those projects, see the results, and then they will ask people for interviews. Okay, so this is what winning means at the VanHackathon, is to get a job interview, and of course the best is to get hired. But one of the challenges we had in the beginning, in the first couple of versions of the VanHackathon, is companies were really unhappy that they had to spend 10, 15, 20, 30 hours giving reviews and feedback to every single person. That's why we're using this automatic code review tool. And I just want to acknowledge that I know it might be frustrating, you working all this and maybe not getting any feedback or very little feedback, but you just have to see it from the company point of view. Companies come to VanHack to hire good people quickly, and if they spend a lot of time and effort giving feedback, it's not going to be a good experience for them, and they won't come back. So just, yeah, it's not really fair, I know, or maybe not the best experience, but it's the best we have. And for me, the goal is to connect you with the company and really, like, regardless if you get an interview, if you get hired right now, network, practice your English, practice working abroad for an international company without, it's basically like having international experience without having to get hired. You get it for free in this experience. And then, yes, hopefully that leads to good things. So I want to be very open with everyone about this, because we had some people complain about this in the past, and it's could be a challenge if, you have one expectation, the company has another expectation. But really the goal is you do a good job, they like your project, and you get an interview and get hired. And yes, Louise, the point is to hack together. Cool. All right, 6 more minutes. I know people probably have questions. So I'm gonna cut it. It's just be on time this time. Usually we go over because I like to talk, and it's fine. But because I want to just start the VanHackathon on time, we'll end it soon. Anyway, answer questions. Does the code tool doing static code source? Yes. So the coding tool, just for everyone to see, is called Codacy. It's just a tool that I found that I think is really cool. We're not affiliated with them in any way, but yeah, just for you guys to see, it's a really nice tool that automatically does code reviews. Yeah, so we decided not to do peer code reviews because that would take too much time, and so we're just going to keep it simple and just let the robots do it for us. Yeah, so yeah, Diogo, that's what happened there. Any other questions? Can we do a challenge in some other technology other than mention the challenge? Yeah, of course, you can do anything you want. Yep. Minimum age to join? No, Anna, of course. Anna, if you're doesn't matter how old you are. If you can code, you can code. It also doesn't matter, how young you are, how old you are. Age doesn't matter at all. No problem. Anna's 3 years old. Yeah. I think soon there'll be 5-year-olds or 10-year-olds that can code better than most people in the world. So it's 39 years old. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Cool. They're challenging Ruby. I don't know if there's a challenge in Ruby, but I know there's challenges that you can use any programming language. So yeah, exactly. It's pretty open. Yeah. Will the ranking be shared? Yeah. So it's not like. Yeah, we'll try and share the ranking. I'm not sure if we can export it, but I think we can manually export it. Basically, every challenge will have a grade of A, B, C, D, or all the way to F, and so we can export those and have that open for everyone to see. Okay, a lot of questions coming in. So yeah, the URL will be app.vanhackathon.com. So this will be the URL. And there is a mobile challenge, Najib, so you can use Android for that. How many companies to explain what they expect? So Marcus, yeah, you could ask them in the channel, in the VanHackathon channel. So yeah, 500 error. Yes, I know there's a 500 error. Actually, let me just go there now and update it. Okay, so I've updated now. It's a little bit earlier, 3 minutes early, but I just wanted to check with you guys here. Are you able to see the challenges now? There should be 6 challenges, and they're working for me. So are they working for you? Yes. Okay, great. Yeah. Go, go, go. Yahoo. Yeah. Cool, guys. This really feels really cool because I spent so much time, we as a team spent so much time getting everything ready, and now here it is. Is it still 500 error? No. Is it working? 500 error? Oh no, that's not good. Is it really 500 error for everyone? Oh no, it went to a 500 error with me. No, I think maybe because we're getting so much traffic, sometimes it gets 500 errors. Sometimes, so if you're getting 500 error, just refresh, keep refreshing. I think it's because there's so much traffic right now that we might get some 500 errors. But yeah, one thing. Okay, let me share my screen. One thing that's really important is you'd say that you're doing the challenge. So when you click into a challenge, oh wow, yeah. So we're getting these 500 errors. Make sure you click on I'm doing this challenge. Okay, going to do this challenge, because that way companies know who's actually doing their challenge, and then they can also see during the hackathon who are the people that are working on their challenge during the hackathon, and they can reach out and keep an eye on you guys and say, oh hey, this really, really good developer is doing my challenge. Maybe I should give him an interview or a job, right? So make sure you click on this. And then at the end of the hackathon, I'll make a video about how to submit your project. But basically, you want to submit your project here. And I can't do it right now because I'm admin, but I'll make a video about how to submit. So don't worry about that right now. It'll come soon. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop sharing. We are about to start. Oh yeah, Kaya, that's good feedback. City and country. Yeah, we don't have that right now. So yeah, I guess you can just Google it or ask in the general channel. But yeah, good feedback, very good feedback. Okay, guys, good luck. Yes, if you keep getting 500 errors, refresh. If it doesn't work, then send us a message. Yeah, I think just because there's so much traffic right now. Okay, guys, good luck. I'm gonna end it here. Let everyone focus on their challenges, and yeah, let's make it happen. Excited to see what you guys build. We have 4 days. Take your time. Don't go too fast. Don't stay up all night tonight. You probably have to work tomorrow. Save that for the weekend. I'll be here with you guys the whole way. If you have any questions, let me know. And Maxim, welcome to VanHack Premium. And yeah, let's hack together. Good night, guys, and good luck.